Turning now to Washington, that's where President Donald Trump is quickly reshaping the federal government through executive actions. In addition to new orders on immigration and climate change, CBS News has obtained a memo that shows that Donald Trump is also ending diversity programs at all federal agencies.
Well, new dash cam video is giving a look at the chaotic moments a small jet crashed into a Philadelphia neighborhood on Friday.
Just before we show you these pictures, we should warn you that it shows the moment of impact between the aeroplane and the helicopter, which you may find distressing. So here's the video. So the video is from airport security cameras.
Well, certainly some scary moments for the operations crews here at O'Hare Airport. We know a 64-year-old is in the hospital with some critical injuries after operating a tug which collided with an aircraft on the runway while passengers were on board.
It's barely a month into Trump's administration, and predictably there's been chaos everywhere, and it would be funny if not for the fact that it is tragic. Because of Trump's incompetence, people have lost their lives, and in no way has this been more apparent than in the series of aviation disasters that has characterized Trump's first month in office for the second time. And like the narcissist that he is, he refuses to take responsibility for the mess he's made, and when asked about what caused the military helicopter and civilian plane to collide, Trump weirdly blamed it on DEI, saying he knew that was the case because of common sense.
I'm trying to figure out how you can come to the conclusion right now that diversity had something to do with this crash.
Because I have common sense, okay? And unfortunately, a lot of people don't.
So I'm just going to say what maybe no one wants to admit. Common sense is overrated. That's why you don't do science with common sense. In fact, you don't do many useful things with common sense. You analyze complex information and facts and come to a valuable solution or position. Common sense is often a symptom of intellectual laziness. Now, it doesn't mean it has no usefulness at all, but in a complex world, only fools rely on common sense all the time. People who bang on about common sense cannot analyze complex or intricate information. These are the sorts of people who would say that a 50 kg weight will fall faster than a 20 kg weight when dropped from the same height, because common sense tells them that the 50 kg is heavier and should fall faster. They are simple, unsophisticated, and uncritical. Back to Trump, who has vowed to gut DEI, which he has actually done. Now, one would expect that once the incompetents are out of the way, things will be so perfect. It would be as if angels were running things. But what do we have? Not one, not two, but multiple aviation mishaps that has led to the deaths of dozens of people. None of these mishaps happened under the incompetence of DEI. I wonder why. Now, one might be tempted to say that these mishaps aren't Trump's fault. After all, he's barely a month in office. But these mishaps can be directly traced to Trump's actions. He signed a plethora of executive actions and instituted a number of drastic changes immediately he was sworn into office, many of which impacted the aviation industry, such as firing the head of the FAA, disbanding an aviation security committee, putting a freeze on the hiring of air traffic controllers, and causing panic in the system with an email asking federal workers to resign. After doing all these things that may have affected morale and focus on the job, he still had the gall to blame it on DEI. The man is a shameless liar without honor or principle, and has proven again and again that he and his MAGA followers are to accountability what oil is to water. They never mix. If there are any lessons to be learned here, it's the fact that you don't rush to change things that you have very little understanding of. Just because the purpose of a thing is not apparent doesn't always mean it's useless. In fact, the most useful aspects of a thing are often not seen. But we can't expect Trump to know this because common sense.